See you after.
Well, as we've been saying, we've reached the final tie of the third round, and so far there's only been one Premiership team knocked out by opponents from a lower division, and that was the bottom club, Nottingham Forest. Now, I don't suppose too many people would fancy Arsenal to join that short list tonight, Andy, but with all Arsenal's injuries, it's not going to be straightforward, this.
No, it's not easy. This, in all honesty, would be the biggest shock of the FA Cup so far, and it would take a pretty good... That's taking nothing away from Preston, who are playing well, but you wouldn't expect the second division side to come and beat Arsenal, the double champions, even without the front two. So that gives you a measure of what's ahead for Preston. I had a quick chat with David Moyes downstairs just before we came up. He said his team are up for it. He's hoping that they don't freeze one or two of them, that they go out and enjoy it and show the nation what they've seen at Preston, at Deepdale here for most of the season, that they're playing some pretty good football. And if they play at their best, and Arsenal are a little bit below par, then that first big cup shock of the season might well be upon us.
Let's have a look at the team news then, beginning with Preston North End. And as you can imagine, their team cost, well, a tiny percentage of the value of Arsenal's squad, and they're high on confidence at the moment after a successful start to the season. Goalkeeper David Lucas has been in England's under-21 squad. Defender Colin Murdoch has been called up by Northern Ireland. The former Wolves player Mark Rankin will provide the energy in the middle of the field, and up front Kurt Nogan is a consistent goal scorer.
Well, let's try and tell you a little bit about David Moyes' side. If you're going to cause an upset, certain things have to function, certain areas. Tonight, in a game like today, a lot of pressure on the young goalkeeper. As you mentioned, only 21 years of age. He needs to catch a few crosses. He needs to gain confidence. It's windy, it'll trouble him, but he's got to perform well. The back four, it goes without saying that they must defend well. One worry that they do have is the right-hand side. Parkinson does love to drive forward on the right-hand side. And I just wonder if they'll say to Overmars, who won't track him, just you do him that way. And I think that they've got to be careful on the right-hand side, that they don't overcommit with the right back. Jackson and Murdoch, they've got to head the ball, they've got to tackle. They better not push too far upfield, otherwise they'll get caught over the top with the speed and the pace of the likes of Parla, Boa Morte and Overmars. In midfield, I think this is where their battle will be either won or lost. A midfield four that really do have to play well. On the left-hand side with Ayres, they have got a good natural left-sided player, and Kidd left-sided with him as well. They work well in tandem with each other. And what Ayres gives him as well is goals. He has chipped in this season with a few goals. In the centre of midfield, well, Rankin and Craigan will compete. They'll kick and they'll scratch and they'll really work Petit and Vieira as hard as anyone. It'll be a real physical battle, and that they won't be found wanting. They will back up the back two in the midfield. They'll front them up great, but I just wonder how they can influence the play in the main third up here. The one big worry I would have about this side looking at it is, can Nogan and Mackin do what even Premiership players find difficult to do? That is, find a way past this incredibly talented Arsenal back four.
Well, injuries have robbed Arsenal of several key players. There's no David Seaman, Tony Adams or Nigel Winterburn in defence, and they're also missing their first choice attacking partnership of leading scorer Nicolas Anelka and Dennis Bergkamp, who failed a fitness test earlier today. Christopher Ray probably would have played, but he's gone down with food poisoning, so Alberto Mendes starts for only the third time this season.
Well, nothing much to say about this system. It's pretty much what we've seen from Arsenal. You know, from goalkeeper through this back four. It's talented, it's good, through a very exciting trio of midfield players that are as good as anyone in the country. The talents of Overmars, whether it's going there or whether he's going to drive through the middle, we'll wait and see what kind of role he has. But the one worry, I mean, this team to me is set up to win 1-0. You know, pinch a goal. There are not a lot of goals, I don't think, in it, and then rely on that defence. But I just don't know how, whether Mendes is going to play sort of a cross here just behind and then try and get up and help Boa Morte. And we'll just have to wait and see how those three just adapt their play.
Well, Arsene Wenger has only been in this country for a couple of years, but he already has realised how difficult ties like this can be. In fact, he's got a very good record as well. It's his sixth away tie in his short spell as Arsenal's manager, and they've won the previous 5. And Arsenal's overall record, as you might expect, away from home in the cup competition, excellent in recent years, just 1 defeat in the last 12. But we stress, this is by no means Arsenal's strongest 11. and that's going to make it hard on Preston North End's biggest night for many years. Deepdale, their home for over a century, and no club, in fact, has spent longer on the same ground than Preston North End. Founder members of the Football League, and it may surprise some of our younger viewers to know a team with a very, very proud and distinguished history. The first ever to achieve the League and Cup double 110 years ago. Champions twice and FA Cup winners twice.
Did you do that game, that final?
And this present Preston lineup doing very well too. 4th at the moment in Division 2. 9 wins from their last 15 games. A capacity crowd of 21,000, and we're all set for a tie steeped in history. The first ever winners of the League and Cup double against the most recent. So settle back, enjoy the atmosphere, and enjoy the match. Preston North End against Arsenal.
You gonna have a hold then, Jay?
Holder?
Hello.
How do you hold a baby?
Oh, that's your uncle.
Hello.
We'll be right back.
That's it.
Come and visit your local Volkswagen dealer, where you can now pick up a brand new Volkswagen Polo, complete with twin airbags and side impact protection, for an on-the-road price of just...
She likes you. Mum's been on the phone night and day, of course.
What? Ready to put?
New cup of soup.
Extra.
Commentators here, Andy Gray and Alan Parry. Thanks, Richard. Well, the last time Arsenal played here in an FA Cup tie was 42 years ago. The great Tommy Finney scored 2 goals that day in a 3-all draw. Arsenal went on to win the replay. Now, Sir Tom Finney, 76, around 500 games and more than 200 goals for Preston North End, now the club president. It's Preston's biggest night for many years. 21,000 inside the ground. Sir Tom Finney sitting in the stand named after him, and at the other end, the end which Arsenal will defend in the first half here, another new stand has risen during the close season, and that's called the Bill Shankly Cop stand. He would have approved of that. Preston North End, in the white shirts and dark shorts, will get the game underway. Their record attendance, incidentally, was set against Arsenal many years ago. 42,000 that day, but they'll make just as much noise, even though there's half the number of spectators in here tonight, believe me. Ball with the first clearance for Arsenal. Manuel Petit, challenged by Rankin. Gregan with a good ball through, but he finds Kurt Nogan in an offside position.
That'll be interesting, I think. Nogan and Mackin up front. They'll have to be careful with their runs. David Moyes would surely have told them about Arsenal's back four, who hold a line as well as anyone in the country. But the first thing that struck me about the teams as they're on the pitch, Alan, is how much bigger Arsenal are, I think, physically. A far more intimidating looking side.
Meninga with the free kick. Boa Morte beaten to it by the left back, Ryan Kidd. Former Port Vale defender, who's been here over 6 years. The normal number 3, Dominic Ludden, injured at the moment. He's really a centre-back kid.
Well, just looking quickly at Arsenal, Alan, it's certainly Overmars has started off on the left-hand side. And Mendes and Boa Morte are playing as a front two.
Parkinson in a little too strongly there on Overmars. The referee tonight, incidentally, is Dermot Gallagher. 3rd game in the FA Cup he's been involved in 3 days. He was the 4th official at Port Vale, Liverpool yesterday. Petit with the challenge, then Vieira goes spinning. Foul by Jonathan Mackin, former Manchester United striker. There's Nelson Vivas playing for the injured Nigel Winterburn. Really a right-footed player, Vivas, and that can cause him problems playing on this left-hand side. Meninga launches the kick long. Underneath it was Colin Murdoch. And then the linesman has flagged for offside.
Looking at the kick from the goalkeeper Meninga there, it shows us that the wind is blowing very much left to right. As the people at home look at that, their screens, Preston playing with it at their backs. Just wonder how much that'll help them.
And in possession, Lee Cartwright, their longest serving player. On the far side, the experienced David Ayres. And here's quick ball into the middle to Nogan. Bowl got there first and heads behind. First corner to Preston.
Well, he was looking for offside, Steve Bold, yet again. This time the flag didn't go up, but he was quick enough to recover. But I just wonder, they're sending over the right footer. Gary Parkinson's gone over. I wonder if he's going to just try and turn this in towards the goalkeeper, use the wind, really test them early on.
A big threat for Arsenal here, the number 5, Michael Jackson, who scored a lot of goals from set pieces this season and got his head onto that one. And it was Bold, I think, who got there first to clear for Arsenal. Now Boa Morte using his pace as Arsenal attack meaningfully for the first time. And what pace! But what good covering back by Rankin. He really worked hard then to cover the ground when Boa Morte got the start on him.
Thought he was second favourite, you know. What he did ever so well, he got his right arm right across Boa Morte to stop his run, Alan. Otherwise, there was real trouble.
Positive start by the second division team. Mackin stabs it forward. It should be routine for Bold. Arsenal's throw. And after a run of 6 matches without a win, Arsenal bang on form again. They've won 4 of their last 5, including 3 wins in a row.
Well, we've got 2 form teams in their respective leagues, Alan. That's what we're looking at. So there's no doubt the confidence of both these sides is very high.
Petit with a through ball. Overmars almost on the end of it. Good covering in the end by Jackson.
That was when the wind helped him, Alan. When Overmars really wanted the ball to go on, the wind held it up. And it gave Michael Jackson, what a name he had, was a footballer, just enough time to get back.
Arsenal come forward with Ray Parlour. Overmars. Only Boa Morte in the box at the moment. Mendes arriving now as well. Overmars, a naturally 2-footed player, but usually a bit more accurate with his shooting than that. In fact, he's scored the winning goals in the last 2 games against West Ham and Charlton.
And that's the one thing, if you looked at this Arsenal side, David Moyes would have done, and looked at the goals that are actually in the side, there aren't many goals from the players who are playing at the moment, Alan. I mean, Ray Parlour yet to score this season. Vieira only won in 22 games. Petit, well, 3 in 18 games. So there's not a great deal of goal. Mendes and Boa Morte, of course, haven't yet got a league goal between them. Well, they haven't played that many games.
Petit caught in possession by Gregan. Coming forward down the right, the pacey Cartwright. He's got Nogan in the middle and Mackin arriving.
Needed a shout, Steve Bold. Alex Manninger, don't know whether he did or not. Bold decided to deal with it, but it was quite a comfortable ball. It's a lovely break here. And just think Cartwright doesn't really get the cross he was looking for, but when it goes in, I think a call from the goalkeeper, and he's collecting that, well, quite easily.
Arsenal concede another throw. It was around about this stage last season that Arsenal embarked on their magnificent run of 29 games, just 1 defeat, which of course took them to the League and FA Cup double. Parkinson's cross. Meninga kept his eyes on the ball, and in this win that's going to be very important. A horror night for goalkeepers, really, these conditions.
Yeah, be aware of that, anyone who's watching at home. There can be mistakes. The ball will hold up in the air against the wind. It will run through with the wind. Very difficult to judge the flight of it.
Vivas. Quick turn by Boa Morte. Gregan has it back for Preston, and an early touch for their goalkeeper, David Lucas. First choice in the last couple of months because their Finnish international Moilanen is out injured. Vieira. Foul by Kurt Nogan.
It's a pretty good atmosphere here. The Preston lads look up for it. When you look how difficult, what difficulty Arsenal had getting rid of Port Vale, same stage last year, Alan. You know, again, you look at those little things. You're looking for a little bit of hope. for Preston. Take all those things into consideration.
Steve Bowl looking for Dixon. Overplayed it though. Flick on by Gregan, finds Nogan, took it down beautifully. And a dangerous ball. Nelson Vivas had to get there because coming in behind him was Cartwright. He's still not gone out of play.
Well, it was half a chance. Vivas had to deal with an awkward ball. The fact that it bounced just in front of it.
And danger again for Arsenal as Gregan forces the goalkeeper Meninga to drop on the ball on his near post.
Yeah, it's confidence building this. It's a little unlucky, you know, Regan. They worked the ball really well, but if they could only have pulled this back 2 or 3 yards, then Kirk Nogan was looking to pounce on anything just a little bit too near Alex Manninger.
Preston have only reached the 4th round once in the last 12 years, and they haven't got a very good record against opponents from the top division in FA Cup ties. They've lost the last 4 without even scoring. But this is a new Preston team, high on confidence, and you can see that already here. But Gregan has given it away. Dixon's interception. Parler plays it forward to Boa Morte, too strong, cleaned up by Gary Parkinson. Parkinson, who's played at the top level for Middlesbrough, has it back, launched long towards Nogan, Bowles header, Rankin pressurising Vieira. That's the job he's been given tonight, and he's doing it well. Nogan. Oh, the goalkeeper then almost made an embarrassing error.
Well, that was great play from Rankin. It was a mismatch physically, but he showed that if you've got enough about you and you want it just as badly as the next man, then you can get the better of the big lad, and he did ever so well. Shot wasn't struck well, but look at Alex Manninger. Look at he just side-foot it and almost went under him.
This is Overmars. Petit. Now Steve Bowl. Touch for Keogh. And Arsenal getting their passing game together now. Mendes. Forced wide by Kidd, who crudely brings him down. He acknowledges that fact.
Well, this is danger. I always think Arsenal from set pieces are a threat. The delivery's usually very good. Both centre-backs, Bold and Keown, making their way forward, along with Petit and Vieira, all 6'3", 4 players. And usually they put good movement in as well.
And it came in flat, Keown just flicked it on. Overmars. It's a dangerous ball back in. Good clearance, but again Mendes there on the edge of the box, but he just hesitated that split second. And Mackin at the other end for Preston.
Oh, lucky. There's a chance of a break. Well, it's a pretty good start from the home side. I said they're playing with the wind. I think that might have helped them. Been able to put them under a better pressure. But this Arsenal side haven't won a double last year by being worried about getting under pressure.
Gregan. Certainly one of Preston's star men. Nogan, Mackin just ahead of him. But he's quite confident at the moment as goal scorer, the leading goal scorer, to have a crack. But it's less than a year ago that David Moyes took over as manager here. He's still only 35, registered as a player, in fact plays regularly in the reserves. Preston looked in danger of going down when he became manager. Now they look in every danger of going up. He's done a fantastic job in such a short time. Manninger again looked a little uncertain then.
I did all right there.
But the ball out to Keown. I don't think Keown was too pleased with that pass, and they keep them under pressure, Preston. There's Vivas. Over Mars. Gregan with a typically determined challenge, but it's broken to mark over Mars. Boa Morte ahead of him, so is Mendes. Parler in support. Preston win it back, but at the expense of a free kick in a really dangerous position.
Well, Colin Murdoch here, this is a great challenge, but Overmars picks it and really drives at them. And Colin Murdoch just mistimes it. A little bit of obstruction more than anything. I don't see the referee's arm up, which suggests that this is direct. They don't have Bergkamp, of course, who would be favourite to hit this. But they have the left foot of Petit and the left or right of Overmars, whatever he fancies. Maybe even Mendes, Alan. I haven't seen much of him, but he's out there. It looks like he's taking charge of it.
And here it is who hits it straight at the wall. It's only the third game he started this season, Mendes, plus a couple of appearances as substitute, a German-born player, goal-scoring midfielder. And Preston get the decision in their favour this time, foul by Boa Morte, their free kick. Boa Morte and Mendes have played together, but as Andy mentioned, not very often as an attacking partnership. In fact, they were together when Arsenal won 3-1 in their European Champions League game in Panathinaikos. Mendes hasn't played since then. But when you think no Nelka, no Bergkamp, no Ray, Arsenal under strength tonight. Here's Overmars going forward. Gregan challenged him and in the end used his arm. Free kick.
Well, I mean, I think the other end are hitting this. As I say, they're hitting into the wind, makes it a bit more difficult from that kind of distance. Something like 30 yards out. Mendes has been bombed and Petit's taking charge of this one.
And he didn't make any better effort, did he? Cartwright's clearance, however, has gone straight to Bold. Arsenal keep the pressure on. Dixon. Mendes. Well, that's good skill. And still going strong. What a great run. And in the end, Kidd back to deny it. Good skill on the ball there by Alberto Mendes. Again in possession, but Kidd wins it back, gives it away to Vieira, on to Parler. Gregan. Arsenal in command again with Vivas, and now Martin Keown. Boa Morte, good little ball for Parler, who takes on Murdoch and beats him, but not Lucas.
Good hands, goalkeeper. Cross-field threat he's had to deal with, 15 minutes gone. And he dealt with it very confidently. Lovely little link up. Parler just pushes it once and he knows he's past the defender. The angle's always going to be difficult from there. Hit the target, tested the goalkeeper, wasn't found wanting.
There's Murdoch again. Gregan, everything goes through him, it seems, in the middle of the field for Preston. Parkinson, Nogan with the flick on. Bold in a race here with the speedy Cartwright.
Yeah, that should be a free kick, yeah. And it's not the first tackle, not the right leg, you know, because Steve Bold actually gets the ball with his right leg. Watch carefully. Then it's the left one, you see, comes up and actually whips Cartwright over. Here's the tackle, but it's that left leg. That's guilty of bringing down Lee Cartwright, but that was an interesting little race there. Cartwright gave Boldy a couple of yards and caught him up.
Both Murdoch and Jackson, the centre-halves, forward for the kick. Whipped away by Petit. Parkinson plays it back in. Nogan in a threatening position. And still danger for Arsenal. Petit again to the rescue. This is Murdoch. Couldn't find a way through the crowd. Good work by Jackson. Cartwright. And surely a foul on Rankin. The referee's let it go on with Mackin in possession, and now Nogan.
There's no real width. There isn't anyone that could just stretch it wide to.
Kurt Nogan again. And that's a better looking ball. Kidd's cross, met on the near post by Macken, and it's come out to Nogan! And Nogan has given Preston the lead!
They finally made the pressure tell. It was great pressure for them at the last minute of the match. They knocked the door, but finally they got some width, Alan. It's a great run from Kidd to get in there. And how well does Macken do to dig it out of there and from, well, 6 yards. Kurt Nogan isn't going to miss this. A big moment for him. And it's a simple side foot, keeps his nerve. But Bold actually defends the first bit brilliantly. But somehow they dig it out.
And the Welshman from Cardiff, who's been around in the lower divisions, this is his 5th different league club, has set up the possibility, albeit remote at this early stage, of the FA Cup's first major upset. The holders Arsenal, a goal behind.
Well, the script has been written now. I mean, that would have been Dave Moyes, what he would have written before he started. Good pressure early on, get a bit of the game, get some confidence, and get the first goal. He certainly wouldn't have wanted to go a goal down against Arsenal. But it's early, he knows that. 70-odd minutes, not only to protect, but see if they can extend it.
So an Arsenal team with no seamen. Adams, Winterburn, Bergkamp or Anelka, a goal behind here. But on the offensive with Mark Overmars. Boa Morte well placed in the middle. It's gone beyond him to Mendes. Sets it up for Parler, who hits it well, and it's deflected wide for a corner.
Oh, I thought that was in the far corner. He's hit the shot well. I think it was powerful enough to really trouble David Lucas. Oh, well, when your luck's in, it goes wide. If you're unlucky, it goes in the top corner. But Arsenal, for me, hadn't really started, Alan. They've been, well, at half pace almost since the start of the match. And it's almost as if that goal's given them a kick up the backside. That Arsene Wenger's been trying to do. He's been out in the touchline quite a bit, the Arsenal manager.
Boa Morte's corner, played into the near post. Parkinson got it clear, back into the crowd again, and hooked away by Cartwright. Dixon under pressure from the goal scorer, Nogan. Now Macken. Nogan plays it long. And Petit's doing as much defending as anyone at the moment for Arsenal. There's Vivas. Nervy ball straight to Gregan. Invites Cartwright to use his pace again down this side.
Well, he did well because he made Vivas play it. Vivas would love to have just let that run out for a goal kick. Cartwright put him under enough pressure to make him play the ball.
It's his 9th season here, his one and only club, and he's now just a game short of 300 appearances for them. Came off bowl there, Petit with the interception, and danger again for Arsenal. Preston have a corner.
Well,
Macken.
yeah, not a great chance, but what a block, and an important one from Martin Keown. The scrambles about, but again, it's their determination. Just look at Regan go in there. That kind of determination's won him the ball. Might not have been going in, might have been screwed wide, but an important block from Keown nonetheless. Well, they won't want to lose a second, Arsenal, I can assure you. They'll have to weather the little storm they're under now.
Murdoch trying to get in front of the goalkeeper there. He was just bouncing around as the corner came in, trying to put off Manninger.
Well, that's the pressure I was talking about from the corner on. Ayres is going to cross to take it, left-footed. And when you put it in with a bit of pace, using the wind, it's a horrible ball for the goalkeeper to deal with. Especially when Murdoch stood right in front of him.
Same sort of ball in, and the goalkeeper's lost it. They scored again! Unbelievable stuff here at Deepdale. Nogan on target again, and second division Preston lead the FA Cup holders Arsenal by 2 goals to 0.
Well, they've done their homework. Brilliant. The ball in is another horrible one. And watch Alex Manninger right underneath it. He's under pressure from Michael Jackson, who gets right in the goalkeeper's face. But Nogan at the back post, well, again, as long as he keeps his eye on it, Alan, and he didn't really do that. It's a bit head and shoulder, but it's his night. Kurt Nogan, 2 goals in what, 20-odd minutes. This is almost bordering fantasy at the moment. Wonderful stuff.
Well, the atmosphere around this ground, I do hope it's coming across as well at home as it is here in the stadium.
Bit of disbelief, you know, it's kind of quiet at the moment. I don't think they can quite believe what's happening.
Preston North End 2, Arsenal 0. The Arsenal fans certainly have been stunned into silence. What a night for Kurt Nogan. Whatever happens from here on in. 2 goals against one of the most feared, disciplined defences in European football.
Well, I posed the question right at the top, Alan. Just hold on a sec.
As Parlour goes forward and hits it well. Good save by Lucas.
Well, I said he's got to play well as well, the goalkeeper, if you want a shot. And at the moment, he's doing everything that's required. It's across him, it's wide of him. He's got to go full length. It's a good, firm hand, though, that pushes it wide out the danger area.
Let's see how Preston do with the set piece against them this time as Bowl gets up, headed away by Gregan. Ball comes out again to Parlour. Here's Overmars, queuing up in the middle. Petit hits it, and again, and again.
What a quarter of the match we've had. We said that there's been few real shocks. They get less and less in recent years, but certainly Kurt Nogan has given his team a glorious chance of causing an upset tonight. What a platform to go from. Can they hold him there? Here are the goals. Again, beautifully worked. The ball into the near post was horrible to deal with. And the way they dug it out was fantastic. And a simple tap in. Watch Jackson. Goes up the left arm. It might well have been a free kick. You might well get that. The referee sees it. He didn't. But David Moyes is a happy boy.
Offside here. Well, the last time these clubs met was in the old First Division 39 years ago. That day, Preston North End beat Arsenal 2-0. And unbelievably, that's the scoreline tonight, with less than 25 minutes gone. Who said the FA Cup is becoming predictable?
I said Arsenal would set out a side that could win the game 1-0, Alan. And I thought that. But what you must ask now, is there enough there in the Arsenal side? There's talent, but are there enough goal scorers to get 2 goals? We wait and see.
Macken, and Rankin is through, and onside. If only he could have played the ball ahead of himself then, he would have been one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Puts a decent ball in. Nogan this time is offside.
Well, that was unlucky. They beat the offside trap. That's the best way to do it. Midfield player going from deep. They don't pick him up, and if only the ball had skipped through in front of him, then he wouldn't have had to check back. And as the ball's played in here, well, it's tight, but they're probably just offside.
Arsenal's fabled defence beaten for a 3rd time, but this time the linesman's flag saved them from further embarrassment. Arsenal have been knocked out by clubs from lower divisions 4 times in total in the last 7 years. Millwall, Sheffield United, Bolton, and most famously, of course, Wrexham, exactly 7 years ago to the very day. Preston on song here. 20 minutes before half-time, they lead 2-0. And Nogan with a good little ball, Rankin is offside.
Yeah. Well, just watch this, Al. I wonder if people will... The very left of the frame here, just watch this run from Kurt Nogan. Into the goal. Off the pitch, back on, and nods it in. Illegal.
Interesting one for the refereeing experts to analyse that. Because you're not supposed to leave the pitch, of course, without the referee's permission. I don't think you had time to actually ask Dermot Gallagher whether he could do that.
So.
Murdoch's clearance. Martin Keown pumps it back in. As with a little ball back to Murdoch. Arsenal get the throw. Murdoch was in a very successful Manchester United youth team in his apprenticeship at Old Trafford. He never made the first team there. Came here a couple of seasons ago. Shrewdly collected squad this is. A lot of players from their own youth system with the free transfers. They have paid a fair bit of money out over the years. Nogan, one of the buys who's proving a real buy and a half, and was almost on for his hat-trick.
Oh, he should have had
Vivas gets it away from Cartwright.
That is a great block from Vivas, but honestly, if you've got 2 goals, Alan, even if it's on your weaker left side, just put your foot behind it. You just never know. I honestly thought he should have pulled the trigger, Kurt Nogan.
And here he is again. Vivas doing well, but it's suddenly Parkinson, and the foul goes against the right back.
Well, it's a bit unlucky for me, but they are winning the physical battle at the moment. That surprises me.
Here's Boa Morte for Arsenal. Takes on Murdoch, goes down.
That's got to be close, I tell you.
The referee has pointed for a goal kick.
Goodness me, I tell you what, that has got to be close. I thought from where I'm sitting, that's a penalty. I didn't think Murdoch got anything on the ball here. It goes to the ground, he might have just got it, but that's... Oh, from where the referee's looking, look at that, he's nowhere near the ball. That's a penalty to me. Arsenal have been denied.
Apart from bringing him down, he seemed to be also tugging away at his shirt there, so a real let-off for Preston. I think most referees would have given that.
Well, I don't know. I watched Dermot Gallagher referee Southampton against Fulham on Saturday, and there were 3, well, the stick-on penalties as you're going to see, and Dermot denied them all. I know it's a festive season, but obviously Dermot is not giving much away. But that's the one other element you need, Alan, for a giant killing. Luck. Well, let's have a little look and see what Dermot Gallagher might have been looking at as he goes in there. Well, certainly, there's the tackle going in. I mean, it's nowhere near the ball.
Nogan won the flick header. Oh, that was close. The crowd's hopes rose again for a moment as Macken thought he was through. Offside. One of the former Manchester United players in Preston's squad, Jonathan Macken. Dixon. Parler. Given away. Petit, Gregan, good player this lad.
Well done.
And well played Macken. This is Rankin. Crowd warned him. Parler was coming in behind him. He goes down, but no free kick's been given. Overmars. Great skill by the little Dutchman. Mendes waits for support. Dixon's cross, a difficult one.
He didn't do enough, Mendes. He didn't do enough. He really should have gone and committed the throwback Ryan kid. It wouldn't make Dixon's job any easier.
Vieira. And one back by Nogan. Nothing can go wrong, it seems, for him at the moment. There's the most experienced player in this Preston team. Finds Gary Parkinson. And that's under pressure. Parkinson wins it back. Headed away by Jackson. Gregan doing well, and then an angry reaction as Vieira challenged him. 2 players with a very poor disciplinary record. Those 2, we all know about Vieira, but Gregan's had 1 red card and 8 yellows this season as well. Preston's number 6.
Yeah, he's lucky that. Not a great tackle from Patrick Vieira. We've seen people yellow carded for less. He got away with it.
Parkinson lifts the free kick in towards Nogan. Keown with a long ball. Should be Parkinson's, and is. Mendes. Vieira. Now Vivas. Emmanuel Petit. Difficult ball for Murdoch. Did the right thing, just got it away from danger.
The lack of bodies in the box, Arsenal. Oh, and Petit just sucked that in. Boa Morte. Boa Morte was on his own, the only one there.
Here's Bowl. Keown. Now Petit. Vivas. Petit finding Parla. Desperate challenge by Rankin on the edge of his own box, and then the clearance by Ryan Kidd.
Well, the next big target for David Moyes' side is half-time, Alan. I know it's still 12 or 13 minutes, but he'll be hoping that his team can get there 2-0 or better. And then he'll be able to settle them down, maybe take away one or two things that he feels might need it. And it's a big 10 minutes in the match coming up for both sides, but particularly Preston. I noticed I've been trying to tell him to get the ball wide to the right-hand side to Lee Cartwright. I think they do feel that Cartwright against Vivas, they do fancy him against him. He's got good pace, he's shown that.
Murdoch trying to do just that.
Now they're using their head as well. Gary Parkinson just telling Cartwright, just put the ball down, I'll take the throw, there's no rush.
Yes, they're playing in a very assured and polished fashion at the moment, Preston, and with a 2-goal lead, why not?
It's at times like this when you're on the attack that concentration at the back has to be at 100%.
And Mackin has earned them a corner off Nelson Vivas.
Well, Ayers will come across, no doubt about that. Murdoch will go up, Jackson will go up. Reagan will be in there. Those the three more powerful headers, I would guess.
Arsenal know what to expect, but can they deal with it this time? Nogan waits. And does exactly as he did just before he scored that second goal. And again, it was so hard for Meninga as players came flying at it, and he did really well there, the young Austrian.
I can't believe that's not a free kick. I don't know what the referee's looking at or what he's seeing there, but the goalkeeper got absolutely flattened there.
There's dispossessed by Overmars. Nogan wins it back from Parla. He's having a game of his life. Mackin. Gregan. Rankin. And now Parkinson. Preston indulging in a little passing game of their own.
Well, they got lucky because both Rankin and Cregan had gone ahead of playing this right-hand side, so when Gary Parkinson was looking for a ball in field, he didn't have an option. But he did all right. He did all right.
10 minutes to half-time. Preston North End leading Arsenal by 2-0.
Well, this is this corner coming in. The goalkeeper, Gary Lewin's been round at him, and this is why. Jackson's the one who goes in as the keeper comes out and fists it away. I mean, they attack it brilliantly, but well, is that not a free kick? Goodness me. Oh, dear.
Parler almost presented it to Nogan then, just got away with it. Vivas in possession. Jackson for Preston. Petit. Vieira takes over. Rankin brings him down. Arsenal's free kick. Angry reaction from Patrick Vieira, and didn't want to know about the outstretched hand from Rankin.
Well, again, Rankin's lucky he hasn't got booked here. It's a lovely little drag back and take by Vieira, and he's gone through, he's striding on. I mean, that's fortunate not to get a booking.
They've had 2 free kicks in a similar position to this already, Arsenal. They made a mess of both of them. Third time lucky.
Again, they'd like it another 5 or 6 yards nearer, particularly, as I say, kicking into the wind.
Overmars along the ground. Turned forward then by Vieira. That was his intention, but Preston get it away. Only as far as Petit. Back in towards Vieira or Boa Morte. Parkinson beat them both to it. A real old scramble here. Boa Morte in possession. Petit keeping calm.
Needs to go wide somewhere.
Parler. And a foul on him gives Arsenal another free kick. Taken early to Lee Dixon. Mendes out on the right. Hit it well enough with the left foot. The deflection has taken it for a corner.
All about concentration, this particular moment. Get your man picked up, make it difficult for him. For Boa Morte, job's well. Going to see a simple one. He knows what he's got to do. Put it in an area where my teammates can attack it. And that's not here.
Well, Arsenal's set pieces have been surprisingly disappointing tonight. Coming up on Friday night on Sky Sports 2, our nationwide league action is from Prenton Park. Tranmere Rovers against Wolves. And then Manchester United against West Ham is our Super Sunday offering on Sky Sports 1. The programme begins at 3. Doing well. Not long. And again, it's Cartwright who continues to cause problems to Arsenal. What a fine challenge that was, though, by Vivas. Petit. Overmars. And Preston's determination turns another lost cause into possession. David Ayres for them. Macken. Keown doing well. Boa Morte with a little touch on. Overmars. And here's Boa Morte in a good position. Murdoch brings him down. This time the referee has no hesitation, does he? But again, I thought he pointed to the spot. He's pointed for a goal kick. I was convinced he was pointing to the spot that time. But again, he's ruled out Arsenal's requests for a penalty.
Well, Colin Murdoch really is living dangerously here. Boa Morte does him again. Not so sure. There was contact, certainly not as much as the first one. But he goes across, just catches his left foot. There's not a great deal of contact there. That was less of a case, but never mind, the claims were justified. And Arsenal must be thinking at the moment, it's just not our night.
Yeah, for them. Overmars, challenged by Parkinson. Vivas. Vieira. Dixon. Mendes couldn't find a way. That's good skill by Kidd. And a good-looking ball too.
Lucky. Physical presence, you know, that was the only difference there. Pace, he had the pace, but Steve Ball really lent into him. He's got all his experience and weight to make it difficult for Cartwright. Lovely play from Ryan Kidd at left back.
This is Keown. And Bowl is playing it back to Meninga. Arsenal get the throw halfway line. Vieira. Regan did enough to throw him off his stride.
David Moyes, you know, will be absolutely delighted with the opening 41.5 minutes of this match. They've really pressed, and that's a classic example. That one's given us a free kick, but that's typified what they've done to Arsenal. They've put them under so much pressure, Alan. Really all over the pitch. They've not let them settle on the ball, pick passes out. And Sean Cragen's been, well, he set the standard. I think he's a tad unlucky. He does catch Vieira, but they both went for the ball. There wasn't a lot in that. And when you think some of the tackles that have gone and haven't been booked, I think their captain's a little unlucky.
However, it's his 9th yellow card of the campaign.
Oh, well, maybe he's not.
There's Keown. Mendes. He's been on the fringe of the game, really, Mendes. I think that's the kindest thing you can say. Here's Petit. Vieira. Petit again. And a lovely looking ball. Parler's there, but couldn't quite make contact. And some of the best Arsenal scoring chances have fallen to him.
He's unlucky. I mean, it's a lovely, delightful run and a great ball. He had to play it with enough pace to get it between the centre-backs, Vieira. Petit, sorry. And it just ran away from Ray Parler.
The final 2 minutes of a half that will go down in Deepdale history.
Well, only if they're going to win it.
There's Mendes again. Regan with another good tackle. Rankin. Parkinson. Nogan in an advanced position again here. And made life difficult for Keown. Murdoch under pressure against Boa Morte. Jackson helped him out, but he's given the ball away. Mendes. And Kidd just did enough.
Well, he did, because I said the ball's difficult to judge, and that huge towering kick was allowed to bounce.
Good twist and turn by Boa Morte, and it's found the net. Arsenal get the goal they needed to give them hope for the second half.
Well, he's been the threat. 2 penalty claims turned down Boa Morte, and he's really enjoyed it against Murdoch. And it's Murdoch again who he just turns and skips past. He gets the help of a little deflection, but I think this was headed for the far corner anyway. Didn't really do an awful lot. Cragen got a little touch on it. Might have made it a little bit difficult for the goalkeeper. Just takes it past him with a spin. As I said, getting to half-time at 2-0 was the next target. They didn't reach it.
How important that goal by Boa Morte could be. His second of the season. The first came in the European Champions League.
Well, whatever, that's just been a smashing first half, Alan. He couldn't have asked for better. And he has been a threat, Luis Boa Morte. His pace, running at them. Particularly Colin Murdoch, the number 4. He has troubled them. Well, that's the 3rd time. Denied 2 penalty claims. But this time he didn't wait to be brought down. He smashed it in the far corner.
Ball winning the header against Macken. Arsenal right back in it now. Thanks to the young Portuguese forward who's had so few opportunities to start matches this season.
That's a decent turn, isn't it? He just got the half a yard, Alan. And you know, perhaps the deflection was the thing that just took it past David Lucas's right hand.
But here goes Cartwright at the other end. Good run again by Lee Cartwright, who's been a constant problem to Arsenal tonight.
Well, anyone who runs at people with pace and a little bit of ability as well, is always going to cause them a problem.
David Moyes now looking a little more anxious than he was in those opening 20 minutes or so when his team swept into a 2-goal lead. He knows the quality of tonight's opponents. Even though it's an under-strength Arsenal side, it certainly isn't playing anything like as well as we all know they can. There's the end of a fabulous first half here at Deepdale, and Luis Boa Morte's goal just before half-time has certainly altered the complexion of the game, but still, as you can judge from the standing ovation from the Preston fans, Preston enjoyed, and that word should be heavily underlined, the first half. No more than this man, Kurt Nogan, who snapped in twice, unbelievably, to give his side a 2-goal cushion for a vital 15-20 minutes or so against the FA Cup holders. Arsenal were denied a couple of very valid-looking penalty claims, but Boa Morte's goal has given them hope here for the second half of a tremendous FA Cup tie at Deepdale. The half-time score, Preston North End 2, Arsenal 1. The fifth and final test between Australia and England. England in a great position to win that test match and draw the series. 183 runs to win it, 8 wickets still standing. It all starts tonight on Sky Sports 2 at 11:30. Right now it's Preston against Arsenal, the last of the third round FA Cup ties, and the Gunners with real problems here. But what a lifeline from Boa Morte as half-time approached. 10 attempts, the Gunners on target with 5, 6 attempts from Preston, and they've been more accurate. They also lead by 2-1. Sean Gregan, Preston's skipper, in the book. They've done well in terms of the action areas that they've dominated, but Arsenal have had the possession. Arsenal fans will remember an awful day at Wrexham 7 years ago to the day, January the 4th, when they went out in the third round. They were beaten at home by Bolton in a fourth round replay in '94. They were beaten by Millwall in '95 in a third round replay, and by Sheffield United in 1996. Ring you, give us a call tonight. You're on Sky Sports, the name of a new programme. 0660 100 200 is the telephone number. It's on Sky Sports 1 with Rob McCaffrey tonight, 10:30. Right, here's David Moyes, the manager of Preston, with George Gavin. After that, Andy and Alan.
David, have you got what it takes to hold on to that lead in the second half?
Well, I hope so. I think the boys have done very well in the first half. We need to try and continue stopping them play and then play from them. And at the moment, the lads have done that. We're going to ask them to try and do it again.
Would you have hoped for the start you got?
Yes. Yeah. I'd have liked another one to make sure it was a bit clearer. But we've got to accept what we've got at the moment. Disappointed to lose a goal just before half-time.
Good luck, David.
Thank you.
So Arsenal, 13 times FA Cup finalists, 7 times FA Cup winners, get the second half underway, trailing by 2-1 against second division Preston North End. Now the manager has made any changes during the half-time interval. Preston, to remind you, in the white shirts. A crowd of 21,000 inside Deepdale. Could they be about to witness an historic chapter in Preston's distinguished history? Or can Arsenal, the holders, get back into this? Boa Morte again causing Preston the problems. Gregan just prevented the ball going behind for a corner.
Oh, he's been a threat, Alan. Any time we've got the ball in the box to him, particularly with Murdoch at his back. Again, he needed a bit of help, Murdoch, from the skipper.
Gregan in again strongly on Boa Morte.
I think the pattern set. I think Arsenal will really put them under pressure. And we might find Preston camped at the edge of the box. They're in their own half for long spells in the second half. We know they can score. They've told us, shown us that. Now, can they defend for 45 minutes? Can they keep Arsenal out? That's the next question.
Vivas for Arsenal. Too far for Parler. It's gone straight to Ayres. Gregan. And Kidd just dwelt on the ball a little too long, allowing Patrick Vieira to close him down. But Preston have got away with it. Goal kick.
Well, they've worked incredibly hard, Preston. The next thing I'll look for are 1 or 2 tired legs. It's a strength-sapping pitch that they're on. Very sticky. They really have to work hard, and they worked incredibly hard in the opening 45 minutes of the match. David Moyes will be looking at his players, seeing who's last in the pace, who might just be dipping under.
Ayres wins the header. The tee up well. Gregan's there again for Preston. And again. Boa Morte. Jackson slides in, and every challenge will be met by uproarious roars of delight from the home crowd. Oh, Meninga made a terrible mistake and is so lucky to get away with it. And Nogan been gifted his hat-trick in the most bizarre fashion.
Well, it goes anywhere, doesn't it? I mean, that's ridiculous. Arsene Wenger was furious first half about his poor distribution. He said, I think his kicking was good. And this has only gone, what, a couple of yards wide. That had gone in, it would surely have been Preston's night, eh?
It certainly would have been Nogan's. Now Macken, the other striker, trying to cause pressure on Bowl. Wenger making sure this time he met it firmly.
They met it right-footed, as opposed to his weaker left. That was a big difference.
Marksman had played in 5 of Arsenal's FA Cup ties last season. You remember David Seaman was out a long time with a broken finger. So he's certainly not inexperienced. He's played a few games this season as well. Keel. Lay off by Parler to Lee Dixon, who's won 2 medals in this competition, 2 winners' medals in his Arsenal time. Ray Parler. Murdoch got there ahead of Boa Morte this time. Nogan. Rankin making ground. Bold had to be sure with that back pass. And a foul on Keogh. And a painful smack in the face as well.
Yeah, just arms up to both of them as the ball's dropping.
Dixon hits it long for Parler. Kidd the defender. Boa Morte again has got away from Murdoch. And the ball breaks to Mendes. Preston living dangerously then. Good layoff. Macken to Nogan. On to Rankin. And beyond him is Cartwright, but it wasn't a good enough ball. Bubas intercepts. And does well against Parkinson. Mendes. Murdoch, an important interception then for Preston.
And I think if you're an Arsenal player, you'd be trying to get the ball into Boa Morte on Murdoch as often as possible. It certainly looks like he's got the beating of him every time he picks up the ball.
Cregan in strongly there. He doesn't hesitate when there's a tackle to be made.
I think there was only one winner there for me.
And there he goes again, fouling Vieira this time, however. He's got to be careful, remember, he's on a yellow card, Sean Cregan.
Well, he's up for it, and he's certainly leading, giving a captain's example. He has been really committed. He got a knock in that challenge from Lee Dixon, just limping a little bit at the moment, trying to shake it off.
Parler, good ball, Lee Dixon. Total lack of communication between him and Mendes then.
A little surprised. It did open up for Lee Dixon just ahead of him. And the ball was played in. It was a lovely little ball in. And I thought he'd just taken it out of his feet, or just 2 players at the back post to aim for. That was a more difficult option he chose.
And Cregan having to come off to receive treatment.
They won't want to lose him, Alan, for any length of time. They want to get him back on very quickly. I said right at the beginning he would compete and fight and scratch with T and Vieira, and he's certainly done that.
And Ayres skips past the challenge from Dixon. Keown covering for Arsenal. Good run there by David Ayres. It's 34 now. Former Blackpool and Burnley, done the rounds of the Lancashire clubs. Cregan just come back on, by the way, for Preston, back up to their 11 men again, and earning themselves a free kick in a dangerous position.
That's a daft challenge for me. Ain't going anywhere. Patrick Vieira should know that. There's no need to do it, but just stay big. Don't let him turn. He just knocks him over right in front of the referee. Now you've got to cope and deal with a free kick from a pretty dangerous area. We've already seen how well Jackson and Murdoch do attack the ball.
Regan tried to get a touch on that on the near post, but a very brave header away by Patrick Vieira. Off Dixon, Nogan. Whoops, I'm sure he didn't mean it to go that way, Petit, but at least he cleared the danger. And whilst Arsenal's set pieces have been disappointing tonight, Preston's have been excellent. Ayres with a long throw. Regan again on the near post. Oh, sorry, it was not Regan this time, it was Macken, but in any case, Keown beat him to it. Very strange kick away by Alex Meninga.
His distribution's been poor tonight, Alex Meninga.
Ayres turns it forward. And Arsenal were a bit lucky then. Overmars. Rankin wins it off him. This is Vivas for Arsenal. And again, he's presented it to the Preston man, Rankin. Players on both sides guilty of giving the ball away. Now Mendes. And Parler and Vieira just got in each other's way then. Macken stayed strong against Keown, but it's Arsenal's throw-in. Vieira, Parler. Overmars couldn't play it back to him. Jackson gets it away, but now Luis Boa Morte. Overmars set himself up beautifully, and that's a good save from Lucas.
That's a great save, Alan. That was brilliantly struck by Overmars. Low, it's going into the bottom corner. Just jinks away infield. Looking to the goalkeeper's right. He's at full stretch, and again, good strong hand from David Lucas.
Arsenal's first corner of the second half. They trail 2-1 here. And Preston have survived. Vivas winning it back in style. Ball still forward from the earlier corner. And that's Preston's throw.
Well, they might have to make one or two of these second half. David Lucas, if his side are going to win, you feel Arsenal will push forward. Lovely strike, worked the opening brilliantly, hit the target really well. That's the top draw save, really was.
He's made a couple of those already tonight, Lucas, a 21-year-old lad who came through the club's youth system, a local boy. Boa Morte. Very neat interception by Murdoch. He's a calm enough character, that's for sure. And then a foul on Cartwright.
He'll just be a little concerned, David Moyes, that his team are giving the ball away. They're not only under a real bit of pressure. I think the one thing they can't do is just give it away too often and recklessly. They try and eat up the clock with a bit of possession. I think one thing that's happening in their favour, Alan, is that the wind has dropped a bit second half.
And they're looking good again. Cartwright with the cross. Oof, that was a difficult ball from Meninga, and it hit the top of the crossbar.
I thought the goalkeeper palmed it as well. I think that's a corner. I mean, he's not looking to score here, but they work the position really well again. And when Cartwright gets wide, he's just looking for the back post. And that touches the goalkeeper, there ain't a doubt about that. That's a corner. But again, almost got under it, Meninga, didn't he? Just fingertips.
Jackson with the clearance. Petit. Regan. Ayres. Got himself out of trouble very cleverly then. Parler with the challenge on Kidd. Preston get the throw. Still feeling the challenge. The referee's telling him to get on with the throw-in. Macken, Nogan, Macken again. Now Rankin. Arsenal do well to win it back, and a threat here as Overmars takes them forward. Great run by Overmars, this a red card? And oh dear, Preston's night is suddenly turning sour. Overmars was on his way.
It was a brilliant run. He really tested him right at the heart of them, and when that tackle's missed, they've got a problem. Yeah, McGallagher's only decision here is the tackle in or outside the box. It's outside the box, about a yard. That decision's right. The sending off can only be right, Alan. It was a cynical tackle. It was a desperate tackle. And now Preston really have got it all to do.
Their 2-1 lead suddenly looking fragile. Their most experienced player dismissed for this challenge, as Overmars was quite clearly on his way. And he would have only had the goalkeeper to beat.
It would have been interesting, the way the goalkeepers played. That little confrontation, but that's a decision that you make as a footballer, Alan. He must have known, David Ayres, that he was going off. He could have known nothing was for sure than that.
And just look how close it was to being a penalty as well. It's virtually on the line inside the D. There could be worse to follow for Preston here if Arsenal can get this right. A real scrap going on in the wall meantime. Rankin suddenly spilled out of it, presumably propelled out of it by someone. And the referee's going to need eyes in the back of his head here. Vieira's gone and stood in the wall as Petit takes it, and Arsenal are level. A crucial moment in this cup tie. The cup holders have drawn level, and Preston have had a man sent off.
Oh, what a free kick. He took it brilliantly. Lucas just edges to his left a little, and that's all that Petit needed. Nothing fancy, left foot, little bit of bend, aiming for the far side. He won the battle, and he's brought his side level. Now this is a real test for Preston, Alan, a real test.
Preston 2, Arsenal 2, 3-3. The last time these clubs met here in an FA Cup tie all those years ago. I wonder if we'll have a similar scoreline tonight. Still, half an hour to go. Whatever happens here, this has been a tremendous tie.
Full marks to Arsenal though. Talked about them being under strength and not at their best. But to go 2-0 down and then fight back, be level at 2-2, that gives testimony to how badly this team want to hold on to this trophy.
Winning FA Cup ties like this is all about character, and Arsenal have got bags of that. It was said, allegedly at the weekend, that Arsenal like a scrap. Well, they're in one now, all right. Dixon for them. The layoff by Mendes. Fowler just keeps it in play. And got a lucky rebound. And gets a free kick. Regan's tackle.
Well, he's got to be caught careful, Sean Gregan. And again, it's a tackle. He slides in, he goes late. Just got to be careful. The last thing they want is to lose another man. It's already been booked.
And Arsenal will surely do better from this free kick than they did from their first half efforts. Boa Morte will take it straight into the danger area. Vieira tried to get a flick onto it. Ball comes out to Mendes. Bold is still forward. Rankin tries to get it clear, and in the end Preston thought they got away with it. They haven't yet though. Rankin under pressure. Jackson's clearance. It comes out to Nogan. Vieira's there to win it back. Dixon plays it for Boa Morte. Should be kids, but Arsenal get the throw. Oh, what a finish we've got now. Sets up Dixon. Mendes into the box. Gregan thought about the challenge. And as Boa Morte let that one run through, I think he obviously thought it was a teammate right behind him, and he was wrong. But Preston survive again.
Just about though, Al. Pressure's going to mount now. This is all about them digging deep and digging in, Preston. Defensively, they really are going to be tested.
And suddenly, a gap in quality between the Premiership and the Second Division, which was never evident in the first half, frankly, is beginning to show. Ray Parlour. Put away by Murdoch. Rankin completes the clearance. And they could threaten on the break with Cartwright here. It's a terrific run and an equally good tackle by Keown.
That was a great tackle from Mark Keown. Had to get that right.
Parlour. Mendes. Overmars outside him. He goes in looking for Boa Morte instead. It was a poor ball.
Amazing the goal, Alan, because it came from nowhere. They actually, again, I talked about them not keeping the ball, but Emmanuel Petit did ever so well halfway in his own half, and he just won the ball and poked it forward to Overmars. And how often have we seen the Mark Overmars run 30, 40 yards straight down the pitch with his pace and cause problems? Well, I'm not surprised substitution being made.
Yes, I think it's tactical, I assume, more than anything else here. Macken is about to leave the field, a striker to be replaced by a midfield player, McKenna. I don't think that's any reflection on Macken. I think they're just going to try and beef up that area of the field now, presumably not Andy.
Well, they won't want to be overrun. I mentioned that right at the top, Alan, about the battle in the midfield might be crucial. Well, they did brilliantly, Preston, in the first half in that respect. But they've been second best in the second half in that area, where Petit and Vieira, Parlour, Overmars have just started to influence the game a little bit more.
McKenna was a regular in the side to the recent knee injury, which kept him out for a few games. He's only 21. And he gets his first touch here, or he should have done anyway. Looks accusingly at the turf, which made the ball bobble. Mendes. Murdoch gets it away.
Well, obviously Nogan will be left up front on his own, and it's just up to people like Lee Cartwright, who we know has got the pace to get up in contact with him. I'm sure McKenna have been told the same.
Shaken off it there by Ray Parlour. Now Mendes. Now the nature of this game has changed quite dramatically here as Vieira hits one. The goalkeeper right behind it.
Great skill. We often talk about his other qualities, but what about this for two great touches? Over the head and then hit. Right foot flick over, left foot half volley. Not bad.
Now by Rankin, who I think is going to be yellow carded as he brought down Mark Overmars then.
Yeah, he's a one or two. No, not just for this one, but as I talked about first half, he got away with one. Very similar, the opening 45.
Card from Mark Rankin.
Well, it was a yellow for Rankin, but not so lucky for David Ayres. His was red, and it was easy, Alan. He's through, he's taking a shot at goal. What a free kick. Look at the bend on it. Top class. And Arsene Wenger will think, well, justice has been done. Felt hard done by the Arsenal manager in this game, I think. They're feeling a little better now, and he'll be anxious to drive his team on, Alan. You know, 2-2, they've got the elements in their favour, the wind behind them. They've got the extra man, he won't want another game. They'd like to finish this tonight.
And they have a free kick. Overmars back on his feet. He takes it. Kid beaten to it by Keown. Murdoch only half heads it clear, and that was a chance for Mendes, and he got it all wrong.
That was a poor header, wasn't it? I don't think he's noted for his aerial ability, Alberto Mendes, and that was more a shoulder than a header.
Keown wins it back again. Regan. A lot of running to do for the two-goal man, Kurt Nogan now. He's the only recognised striker out there for Preston. He's on his team to throw. Cartwright. Parkinson swings one in, and Meninga again. Perhaps should have left it to the defender.
He's in an extremely uncertain night, Alex Meninga. Preston roughed him up first half. A couple of challenges from corners that really laid into the goalkeeper. He hasn't looked comfortable at all.
Even got that one wrong. He hasn't done much wrong tonight for Preston. Now Mendes going forward. He's got Vivas in support on his left, but he's given it away to Murdoch. To be a half-decent ball by the goalkeeper, but Cartwright couldn't catch up with it.
Wenger's about to make another change, Alan, as I look below me.
Caballero, Argentine striker, seemingly about to come on as Vieira plays it back to Bowl. Vivas, Argentine, in Arsenal's ranks tonight, of course. Steve Bowl under pressure from Nogan, got out of it neatly. Here's Keown. Dixon. Patrick Vieira. Petit. Now Parler. Excellent ball for Dixon. Seems to be all Arsenal at the moment, and Dixon gets his cross in. Get it away by Parkinson. Just prevented the corner.
No, he did well. Substitution will be made now. Mendes, I think, the one coming off.
This is not had the happiest of nights, Mendes. Fabian Caballero from Argentina, as I mentioned, he's only 20. He's on loan from a club in Paraguay. And he's going to take the place of Mendes. Caballero is only just back after a 3-match suspension. He was sent off in an Arsenal reserve game and took the opportunity to go back to South America and see his family. So he's certainly not been training much lately and not been playing much either. That's one of the reasons why he didn't make the starting lineup in place of either Anelka or Bergkamp. But he's got a chance now. Got straight into the action.
It's not bad first touch either.
Keown. Great challenge by Gregan, but he couldn't produce the ball to follow it up.
He was a little unlucky, just got caught under his feet. Trying to explain it to Nogan.
Good defending by Lee Dixon. Arsenal get possession back again, and they've enjoyed a lot of that in this second half. 20 minutes to go. The tie still in the balance. Vieira lost his man well then. Kidd stuck at it though and wins it back. And finds Rankin. Good challenge by Rankin. He really meant that, and he's really hurt himself in the process as he went in on Vivas. Sheer determination and now sheer pain for both players.
They both felt it. Yeah, they both felt that. They both went low though, to be fair to them. Both going in and stamped down on top of his foot there. That would have been a painful one for Mark Rankin.
To next Sunday on Sky Sports 1, Manchester United against West Ham is our Super Sunday Premiership match. The programme begins at 3. Well, David Moyes has seen the joy of the first half disappear into the heartache and now apprehension of the second. Kurt Nogan too has found life much more difficult since half-time, got those 2 goals in the first half, now finds himself alone front runner against one of the most feared defences in the land.
Well, it was a brilliant start for them. You're absolutely right. 2 excellent goals. Simplicity from the finish, of course, but they worked them really well. Made life difficult, made it life easy for Cutnogan to pinch 2 goals. And their main threat, right on the stroke of half-time. I talked about that target of getting back there, wasn't enough, and then a brilliant free kick from Petit has brought Arsene Wenger's team level.
But a worryingly long period of treatment for Mark Rankin. And having lost the player, David Ayres sent off, and having had to make a tactical substitution, taking off Jonathan Mackin, they certainly don't need him out of action for long here. He's very much the driving force in their midfield with Gregan. But he looks okay. 0660 11 22 33 is the number for you to ring. Give us a call now with your nomination for man of the match. Rankin is back on. Vieira finds Petit. Could play that one against Dixon, so it's Preston's throw. Just in case, I guess, Rankin isn't able to continue, Michael Appleton, who's actually the club's record signing, £500,000 as well. They paid Manchester United for him. Seems to be getting warmed up down there. Logan, meantime. That's intercept, but has played it straight to Parkinson. On it goes to Cartwright. Good tackle, great tackle by Bold.
They've just got to go for now, Preston, Alan, is to keep it tight at the back, try and restrict Arsenal, and then just hope that maybe Nogan or Cartwright can just pinch you something.
Free kicks going against Parlour there. Well, like so many clubs in the Nationwide League, Preston have financial problems, and the possibility of a replay at Highbury would no doubt thrill their accountant. But what would really thrill their fans is to finish it off here tonight. Parkinson with the free kick. Meninga with a nervy punch clear.
Well, they got there, Alex Meninga. Didn't make great contact.
Nogan. And offside. Foul for that one, really. Nogan seems to be running all right still from that earlier jittering challenge. Ball given away by Arsenal. Parkinson. Nogan. Gregan. The final 15 minutes at Deepdale. Remember, the winners of tonight's tie will be settled tonight, or in a Highbury replay will be away to Wolves in the next round. Parkinson's free kick. Regan's got forward, Bowl gets it away, Rankin tries to keep the pressure on, but Patrick Vieira comes out with the ball, and the ever-dangerous Overmars takes Arsenal forward. Good ball for Dixon. Boa Morte ahead of him in the box, and he almost picked him out. Kenner gets it clear. This is Petit. Dixon. Vieira. Great control, he was given a lot of time, mind you.
Far too much, Alan. You can't allow players like that to pull it down in their chest, take a couple of touches, and not be challenged on the edge of the box.
control from Logan. However, the linesman's disappointed him. He's just raised the flag. He obviously just took it over the line there.
No matter what happens in the last 13 minutes, Alan, I think Preston have given a great account of themselves. I think David Moyes' team have shown why they're challenging at the top of Division 2. They've really given everything and shown a fair bit of quality as well. Made of all the right stuff, I would say.
This is their 29th game of the season. They've lost only 5 of them. Strangely enough, 4 of those defeats have come here at their home Deepdale. Overmars trying to make it another home defeat. And it breaks through to Boa Morte. And a goal! Petit has given Arsenal the lead for the first time in the game.
Well, they had a little bit of good fortune. The ball takes 2 deflections right on the edge of the 18-yard box. It finally gets to Luis Boa Morte. Well, not offside, but right in the middle of goal. Well, look at Petit's tap in, but Ryan Kidd just goes to ground, the left back. Can't quite see it from this angle, I don't think. We'll get a chance to look at it, but suddenly you can see Kidd flat on the floor. But it found its way through a couple of players at the near post, Jackson and Murdoch, and in the end it was a simple tap in for Emmanuel Petit. Now let's have a look at that, just watch closely. The back post, a tug, then the left arm comes out. Well, maybe that's why Caballero's been sent off already, because that was, well, the left arm certainly caught Kidd in the face. And that Dermot Gallagher seen that, well, it might still be 2-2 and Caballero might be taking a walk.
And clearly that's why the Preston fans behind that goal, who presumably had a good clear view of that, are so unhappy at the moment.
Well, there's no doubt Kidd was in a position to deal with the cross, Alan, had he not been flat on the ground.
But Arsenal, from 2-0 down, are now 3-2 ahead, with just a shade over 10 minutes of this FA Cup tie remaining. And if there are defining moments in every game. There have been quite a few in this, but for me, that moment early on in the half when Nogan deflected a poor clearance by Meninga into the side netting rather than into the net. Well, if that had gone in, it would have been 3-1. It could have been a very different game. Since then, Arsenal have taken control.
I think Arsenal's first goal was a key, Alan. We talked about getting to half-time at 2-0. They didn't quite make it, and even David Moyes, when George talked to him at half-time, indicated that that was a big moment he felt in the game.
And it's all Arsenal now. Luis Boa Morte for them. They've got 2 men well placed in the middle here as well. And the step over takes it to Overmars. Arsenal surely on their way through to the 4th round.
Now tired legs, and now a belief, I think, that they're out of it, contributing. This is a flattering scoreline. They haven't deserved this, Preston, but it's a well-worked goal, little step over. He just lets it go, and 2 goals in 2 minutes. Well, just kill off Preston once and for all. Lovely finish, let the ball run, little drop of the shoulder to open himself out, and from then on, well, you did fancy Overmars to find the net.
Three goals in 3 successive games for the little Dutchman, who was outdone in the scoring stakes only by Dennis Bergkamp last season. That's goal number 6 of the season for him. Goal number 4 of the night for Arsenal. And Preston's dream has evaporated into a bit of a nightmare now, although, as Andy's been saying, they can be certainly proud of their first half performance here. Here's Nogan. How long ago it seemed that he was celebrating a 2nd goal in quick succession. And even though this is an Arsenal team shorn of the likes of Seaman and Adams and Winterburn and Anelka and Bergkamp and several other of their fringe first-team regulars, there's so much quality out there still. And Preston have found that to their cost in the second half.
Well, the midfield quartet have played second half, Alan. That's been the key for me. Parla, Petit, Vieira, Overmars have been much better, much more dominant the last hour of this match than they were in the opening half hour. And that's been the key.
It was a long, tough battle for Arsenal to win the trophy last season, and they've shown tonight they're not going to give it up easily. As if anyone ever doubted it, they have again displayed the character that you need to be successful. Rankin shrugs off a challenge from Parler in midfield and then gives it away to Vivas. Overmars, who's made a great contribution in this second half. Caballero. Rankin got back to dispossess him and still going in bravely and strongly. No good. Cartwright. Substitute McKenna in the box. Nogan arriving as well. Still Cartwright. Vivas got it away, and then Martin Keown came to help him.
No, full marks to them. Good attitude from the Preston lads. 4-2 down. They must know they're out of this tournament. They're still working the socks off. No heads are going down. They really have given everything tonight. The sending off, well, another crucial point in the game.
Seems that the third round is going to be totally devoid of shocks, but certainly, as we mentioned before the match, no Premiership team, apart from the bottom club Nottingham Forest, has gone out to opposition from a lower division. Well, there are still replays ahead, of course. Here's Vieira. Overmars.
Keep ball now, Alan.
Looking for the tee in the box. Caballero in behind him, and against the woodwork to save Preston from further embarrassment.
Great ball in. Great save as well. I think the goalkeeper just gets a bit in this. Petit makes a run. That might well have been his intended target, but having it in there, the keeper's just done enough. Push it onto the post and away.
He's done nothing wrong tonight, David Lucas. Clear now. Preston it goes inevitably to an Arsenal player. Vieira. Boa Morte. Interception by Parkinson. And Arsenal totally in control in the last 5 minutes. Here's the number to ring to cast your vote for man of the match. 066 011 2233. Well, lesser teams might have found it hard to get back from a 2-0 deficit, but Arsene Wenger's team are made of sterner stuff than that. Louis Boa Morte certainly threw them the lifeline with that late first half goal, and then Emmanuel Petit and Mark Overmars have completed their resurrection in this second half. A couple of late changes here. Regan's coming off, so is Nogan on in their places. Jason Harris, a big, strong front player, and also Michael Appleton. That's Harris, who was signed earlier this season from Leyton Orient. Appleton, the £500,000 man signed from Manchester United, who's been out recently after an operation on an injured ankle. Too late to make an impact? Well, we shall see. You never assume anything in this game. Harris gets his first touch, and the other substitute, McKenna, unable to keep it in play.
I mean, that would be the thing dreams are made of, Alan. Should they get back in this now? Well, you just don't see it happening.
I suppose there'll be a fair bit of stoppage time. There have been a couple of injuries and the incident with the sending off and so forth. Dixon plays it long over the head of Caballero. Murdoch gets it clear. Arsenal fans have made this long trip north, but they're making themselves heard now. Keogh. Dixon. Parler on to Petit. Now, like Nogan before him, on a hat-trick, of course. Nogan certainly can't complete his, having just been substituted. Keogh. And it's keep ball time for Arsenal. And there seems to be precious little Preston can do about it. Ball from Overmars made Vivas stretch and he couldn't reach it. Well, Kurt Nogan looked like he was going to be one of the night's heroes with his 2 first-half goals for Preston. He's just been taken off. He's talking now to George Gavin.
Kurt's hard luck at 2-0. Could you see the headlines being written?
Yeah, they looked like we were playing well. We've 2-0 up. We should have, like, I know they're the top class team, but 2-0 up we thought we'd, like, just before half-time, then scoring a goal killed us, really, and we were disappointed going into the change room at half-time, but we knew that if we kept on, we could get another goal. But obviously the lads are disappointed now, and with a man getting sent off, they're just passing it around now.
Thanks very much, Kurt.
Cheers.
Indeed they are, and a good ball forward by Parler, but he finds Caballero offside. Arsenal are going to make another change. Remy Gard about to come on for them. The Frenchman in their squad who's made just about a dozen appearances this season. He will take the place of Mark Overmars, who unbelievably is being booed by some of the Preston fans. Can't quite work out where they get that one from. He was quite clearly brought down by Ayres in that incident that led to Arsenal's second goal scored by Emmanuel Petit. Harris beaten to the header by Keogh. Kidd. McKenna. Referee inadvertently played a little 1-2 there to give Preston possession again. Cartwright. He's got round Vivas. Harris is in the middle, so is Appleton. But it's a goal kick.
Unlucky. That's been a good game for a smashing cup tie. The fact that the underdog took a 2-goal lead really did test the cup holders. And David Moyes knows that his team have really made Arsenal dig very, very deep tonight.
And nothing can take away the fact that for, what was it, 20 or 25 wonderful minutes, Preston North End led the mighty Arsenal by 2-0. There's Harris for the second division team, given away to Patrick Vieira. Petit. And McKenna for Preston. Oh, he's presented it straight to Boa Morte. And still Boa Morte. In the end, he overran it. Of stoppage time will be played, or 3 now, if the clock is accurate. Keogh finding Dixon. Arsenal cruising into round 4. Difficult looking tie against Wolverhampton Wanderers at Molineux. The team they beat, of course, in the semi-final at Villa Park last season with a single goal. Caballero. Vieira. Petit. Back again to Patrick Vieira. That's a lovely little ball through, but in the end, Boa Morte was offside. And here's probably the most important goal of the night in many respects.
I think so, Alan. I honestly do. You get to half-time at 2-0 up. You get your team in and you're up. You could hear even Kurt Nogan said it. They went in disappointed and a little down and deflated at half-time. Even though they were 2-1 up, that goal, they knew it. Players knew it. And I think the manager knew it. So vital.
Harris almost had a chance then, but Keogh recovered very quickly. guard. Rankin has worked himself into the ground tonight. Parkinson. Torn back by Appleton to Murdoch. Appleton again finds Harris. He miscontrolled it, but still comes out with the ball and wins Preston a throw. Parkinson set himself up for the cross. Appleton's turn. McKenna tried to get the shot in, but Patrick Vieira just won it back neatly. Beautiful ball by Petit, outside of the foot, down the left flank to Boa Morte. He's got Caballero in the box here, Parler there in support. A foul by Rankin gives Arsenal what might be a final free kick of the game in a very good position.
Well, it's made for a right footer from there. Petit's not interested. Chance of a hat-trick, but he doesn't fancy the angle. But Remy Gard's lining up, and they just try and shift it.
Set up for him to hit it, but the wall did its job. And Arsenal have done their job in very difficult circumstances. David Moyes' team swept into a 2-goal lead in the first half with 2 from their Welsh striker Kurt Nogan. It looked a problematical night at that stage for the FA Cup holders. But that goal by Luis Boa Morte gave them what they needed. It gave them fingernails on the cliff edge. And they were able to haul themselves over that edge in the second half. Emmanuel Petit contributed 2 goals. Mark Overmars contributed 1, and much more than that as well, because it was his run that led to the sending off of David Ayres when the Preston player brought him down right on the edge of the penalty box. And with 10 men, Preston just couldn't cope with the FA Cup holders, even though Arsenal tonight had an understrength side. But Nogan will be able to look back on the night when he got 2 goals against Arsenal, even though in the end Arsenal got 4 against his team. This, one of the key moments of the game, as David Ayres sent Overmars spinning. He was off, Petit found the net, and from then on in, Arsenal took control, and further goals from Petit himself and Overmars completed the second half scoring. But I think there's 21,000 crowd at Deepdale, and I hope all of you at home have really enjoyed a smashing FA Cup tie. At the end of it, the scoreline reads Preston North End 2, Arsenal 4.
Well, we've enjoyed it here, Alan.